Hello and welcome back to day 22. We are going into the new lesson today. So this is lesson 2 from Sketchbook School, how to draw a playlist. It's the second video in the playlist. It's also the second lesson according to the title. And so today, once we get through with the warming up and everything, it's going to be continuous line drawing. That's what today's assignment is. So it's pretty much just grab a couple of random objects and draw them without moving your pencil off the pen off the page. I have absolutely no idea what happened to my throat. I was fine all day. And then I go outside for a walk and I can no longer talk. So that's gonna be fun. Also, was there something else? Oh, yeah, that was the one thing I wanted to talk about was, so I found out from his videos, I don't remember if the guy is Danny Gregory. That's the guy who's, in charge of Sketchbook School. I don't know if he's in charge. He's the one that does the videos. That's as much as I know. He's saying that the type of drawing that we've been doing since his first video to now is called contour drawing. That means I'm just doing the outline. I'm not really going into the other elements. It's just outline, so it's contour. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna start doing the warm-ups because the warm-ups take a bit, just because I end up talking, because it's easier to talk during this portion than when I'm trying to draw. So I like to use the warm-up as a way to talk and see, well, eventually when people start talking in the chat, see how everything's going, and then just talk about random stuff until that happens, I guess. So random stuff that's been going on. Halloween season started. Apparently Halloween's a season now. Thought it was just a day, but it's ending up being a season. Which, I mean, it's fun. I'm not complaining. I loved Halloween as a kid because I would get so much candy. So, I mean, if I was a kid and I was just like, you mean I can go to all these different places and we can just grab candy and get candy? Oh, I would have been so happy. Unfortunately, I'm an adult and I don't eat candy much, mostly because I didn't know this was a thing. Okay, so I know of sugar high and sugar crashes. I know that's a thing. What I didn't know was a thing is you can get headaches in a sugar crash. I did not know that. So I don't like to eat sugar much anymore because sugar causes headaches. And I rarely get headaches. Headaches don't bother me. I don't get your migraines, I don't get your headaches and stuff like that. But if I do get a headache, it is, to me, the most annoying thing in the world. It's just I don't want it. I don't want this. I don't want to deal with it. I do not cope when it comes to headaches. It's just not something. not something I do. Or handle very well. It's not something I handle very well. Probably because I rarely ever get them. And if I avoid sugar, I don't get them. Now, I'm not saying like I avoid sugar, but when I was a kid, I would have exploits of eating like a pound of candy in a couple of hours. Okay, that type of candy binging. I am sorry, my hands are moving so much. The camera's not focusing very well. So it's like that type of candy stuff. But like I used to only like chocolate ice cream. Like it's just like no chocolate with candy. Now I'm like ooh mint. Mint ice cream's good. I could enjoy a nice mint ice cream. Right, so flavor palette has changed a bit. So I don't really enjoy candy as much as I used to. I don't know if that's something I should be sad about, if I should just have no feelings about whatsoever, or if it's because like right now it's just like yeah, it happened. It's a part. It just happened, you know. Like I don't really have many feelings towards it other than it happened. Sorry for the redundancy. It's a little bit later, and I woke up a lot earlier than I normally do. And so I'm just babbling, I guess, right now. Okay. So yeah, so there's like 3 or 4 different events we're gonna be doing this year. Like my family's gonna be doing this year. And it is fun. Like it's fun to just get out and be with people. Oh wow, I'm making hats in my circles. Okay. So it's fun to get out, see people, see the different costumes. I used to I so when I was a kid, obviously I would have like I would just go and you'd buy like the pack and stuff for the costume. But like as an adult, what I started doing is just buying like bits and pieces of costumes here and there, and I would just like throw together things. So I had like a peasant skirt. I don't know if I have a peasant skirt, but then I'd have like a pirate bodice shirt with a with this like shawl and stuff and like all these different like bangles, and so I could like dress up as a gypsy, but it was like more of like a put together gypsy or like a flung together type of a gypsy costume as opposed to like just buying a gypsy. Or another year I was a colonial is what it turned out to be. It was trying to be a pirate and it ended up being like some kind of colonial person, which is fine. Another year I was I forget what they were called. In Dungeons and Dragons they're called, is it tabaxi, something like that. So it was some kind of humanoid cat, right? So like, it was fun because I would just like put together a costume. It wasn't anything store bought, so that was kind of cool. Because I always thought like the store bought ones were just so like one dimensional, I guess. Since we're talking about drawing and we're drawing, they just seemed like flat. You know, there wasn't really depth to the costume. Whereas when like you get bits and pieces and you just fling it together with stuff that kind of fits, it kind of has like a lot of different layers on it. Anyways, so yeah, those are fun, and I do like to see the Halloween decorations up. Though when you're in a sparsely lit area, and it's an object that doesn't have any lights. It is creepy. So there's that. But there's also like there is a lot of like lore when you get to Halloween. There's so many different what's the term? There's like so many different things and like the surrounding Halloween and what Halloween is and stuff. So it kind of is like a lot of different ways to celebrate too, I guess. It's a lot of different ways to celebrate Halloween. I am going to attempt to draw all my triangles upright. And it's really hard because I normally do every other. Oh, yep, see. I normally do every other. But I am attempting to do everyone. I think the jack-o'-lanterns are fun too. It's been a while since I've carved a pumpkin though. It's been a really long time. So there we go. This is much better. It just took a row and then my hand got used to the pattern. So when I was younger and I tried to like carve a pumpkin, I would like come up with all these designs that didn't make any sense because it required like it wasn't like it would have made sense if I just painted it on the pumpkin, but when you try to start carving it out, it doesn't make any sense because it was literally like a circle. You would have to carve out the circle, and then like the design I guess was supposed to be free floating or something like that. Yep. Obviously never really put too much thought into what it was that what carving a pumpkin was. Eventually, I got there, but for the longest time, I would paint out these really cool designs that could not be carved out of the pumpkin. Um, yeah, so we did. So we had a Halloween function this weekend, so that was fun. Sorry, I'm really trying to like yawn and then speak and not speak while yawning. Um, Sometimes I catch myself, sometimes I don't. But I am trying to catch myself. So that's pretty much the only thing other than like we're starting to get the plants ready for winter. At least the ones that we're gonna keep for next year because we have to like completely redo that garden. It's a work in progress. Jeez. This is not gonna work if I'm gonna be yawning a lot. So, yep, turns out I'm really tired because I'm like trying to think of like things, and I don't have a lot of things to talk about right now. Other than like what I found out is what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to do a lot of anatomy charts, which is gonna be fun. Like, and get like a lot of anatomy and skeletal drawings and stuff like that, and like kind of start trotting and drawing those. At least that's the impression I'm getting from reading the book, because it has an emphasis on if you're going to start doing portrait type sculptures and not architectural sculptures, you are going to need to know the skeletal structure of humans, animals, pretty much anything that you're planning on drawing portraitly wise. I don't know if that's a word. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it's not a word. I wish I could stop yawning. I do have to say that we did get to get apple cider, and we did get to go on a hayride. Those are like the two things in the fall that I try to do, which I have been very successful until recently. Because I used to live in an area of four seasons. Uh-oh. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I don't know how loud it is. Hold on, let me see. Okay, it doesn't look like the doesn't look like it's the audio's kit. It does not look like the audio or the microphone is catching that noise. Yeah, my computer is getting fairly hot. I wonder if this will help it. Where is there. I don't know if that's gonna help it too much or not, but we can see. Test it out for a bit. What was it? Oh, yeah, I like corn mazes, hay rides in the fall, and then your apple cider. And I don't know. I don't know what parts of the country have apple cider and apple cider donuts, but it's kind of like, I know like pumpkin spiced lattes are supposed to be a staple of the fall. For me, it's the apple cider donuts and apple cider. Like that's the fall staple. And apple crisp and apple pie. Oh, I hadn't been thinking about these things. It's been a really long time since I've had any of them. And apple muffins. Banana bread is like an all year round thing, but I haven't had banana bread in, oh gosh, 5 years. No, 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 it's been less than 5 years. It's been less than 5 years. Yeah, it's been less than 5 years. Yeah. Okay. I'm. It's been. I don't. No, it's probably even been less than a year since I last had it. apple pie and apple crisp. However, it's been a very long time. But that's fine. Like, oh man, recently I was able to have my mom's cookie, oh gosh, what chocolate chip cookies. And I haven't had those in so long because I hadn't been around much on the holidays. And that's when my mom normally makes them. She normally makes it for like an event or something like that. And apparently, when my other siblings travel, they potentially, I haven't seen if this is true or not, but from the conversation, it seemed like, from what people were saying in the conversation, it seemed like my mom would send care packages with her homemade chocolate chip cookies when we were away. And it seems like I was one of the few who didn't get care packages with chocolate chip cookies. So again, it hasn't been verified. I don't know if this is true or not. It just seemed like that's what was happening. But if that was the case, chances are it's because she knew that I don't eat sweets very much and probably wouldn't appreciate having a whole lot of cookies that I don't really want to eat. So, and it's like sending 2 cookies in the mail because that's really right. That's really all I want. It's just like the 2 cookies and then I'm good. And so it would just be a waste to send 2 cookies. I would see it as a waste. I don't. So, and you can't really just make a batch of 2 cookies. I mean, you could. Those would be such big cookies. I don't know if they would cook right. I don't think they would. If you made like an entire thing of cookie dough and then you just made 2 cookies out of it, I don't think that would cook right. You would have to have a very fancy oven. Maybe not. This, like, I'm just trying to like think about it in my head right now. I have no practical knowledge of this. Huh. That would be something to experiment with someday. If I remember when I have time, that this would be a fun experiment. But yeah, so back to the original thing that we are talking about, which I don't know, is, oh right. So my staple is apple cider and apple cider donuts. And normally, oh, is it brown sugar? It's got to be brown sugar. You put brown sugar around the outside of it, or just like sugar in general. It could be regular cane sugar, or just regular sugar. I have no idea how to make them, but I do know that there's like the donut, and then there's something on the outside, and it's really sweet, and it tastes so good. And they're normally like really, really soft. Yeah. So I was able to get apple cider and do the hay rides. Have not gotten to a corn maze, but that's okay. You get most of it, and like you just get what you can. It doesn't matter what if you get all of it or not. um, circles, triangles, squares. Okay, I know like they say rectangles, but it's like my rectangles end up being like squares. Oh, okay, apparently my rectangles are really bad. Maybe I should be practicing rectangles. I didn't think I would. Oh, so for like the three objects that we're going to be drawing, I'm going to use a bubble bottle because it's got like, it's a, oh no, I still haven't looked up what that shape is. No, I'm not gonna stop what I'm doing. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna use closed scissors. Oh no. Focus. Thank you. And then the rock. Because I picked it up from outside. I was gonna pick up a leaf on my walk this evening. I forgot. It's okay. And I think I might just stop talking, which everyone might probably be happy about because this has been a terrible, terrible conversation. So I'm just gonna probably stop talking because my voice is going again. No idea why or how. Gonna have to like look and see. I've never had an issue with my voice before, so I'm gonna have to look and see what's going on with that and why I'm losing it and how to like avoid losing it. Yeah, rectangles are a lot harder than I was expecting. It's like, oh, if I'm practicing squares, I'm practicing rectangles, right? Because a square is a rectangle, but a rectangle not necessarily a square. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that helped. I think that just made it worse. I would say lowering the screen light didn't really help much. That's okay. Oh, so what was it? I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, so when I heard that the assignment for this week was, or for this lesson was going to be continuous drawing, I instantly, I don't know if anyone's ever heard of this. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna say try. But you know how there's an exercise where you're to draw a barn without lifting the pen and without retracing um, what you've drawn. Nope, I already screwed up. It's something like, That's more of like a mental exercise than actually drawing. But I never figured out how to do that. I have never solved out how that works. Anyways, yeah. I know maybe one of you guys know how to solve it. I don't. I think I've been shown the solution once, and then I've just never done anything with it after that. Okay, let's see if maybe. Oops, sorry. No, this doesn't really. It should be fine. We're not going to be here too much longer. I'm going to start trying and then we'll get going. Okay. So let's start with. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to try to draw that. I don't know what that would be called. That group. That's what we're going to call that. Now it's going to be the group of objects that I'm going to be drawing. I'm going to start with bubble bottle. Uh-oh. No, I already messed up. Remember, do not lift your pen. Okay. Whoops. Actually, that's not bad. Because then it's got the hook right here. And this is a lip, so then you just make the lip. And there's a little. Oh, I'm making it way too big. It's fine. And then it comes out. Yeah. Oh, this is a lot harder. Maybe I should. No, let's do it. Let's try it again. Yeah, I'm gonna come down here because I will have more room. So let's go slower. So I have the cap, and it comes down like that. And there's a little lip right here. And over here you've got a little hook. And you come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's why I'm messing up. Okay. Then next is the blades for the scissors. Kinda. It is so bad. Oh my gosh. Okay, it is a lot harder to draw without taking your pen off the page than you would think. You really have to think of what you're doing before you do it. Oh, this is so hard. Okay, let's try it a couple more times because I think I have enough space to do a couple more times. Cut that. Then I want to do make a lip, make a hook. Now this comes out and it shouldn't go very far. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that looks much better. And then this becomes the blade for the scissors. Oh my gosh, what was I doing? Well, it ended up working out fine anyways. And then we come here. The rock. That one's a little bit better. Yeah, that's a little bit better. That's what I'm attempting to draw, and then this is what I'm drawing. That just came out a little bit better. I think I have time to try once more. Yeah, one more time. Let's see what more I can, if I can get a little bit. I think I need to like relax a little bit more because I am pushing down on that. Okay, that's looking good. Yeah, I see what I did wrong. But hold on. I lifted my pen. Yeah. That's not bad. And I think like if I kept doing it more and more, it would get even better. Pretty sure. Well, besides the proportion and sizing's all off, and some of the lines aren't straight. But yeah, it's really, really hard. You wouldn't expect how hard it is to do that because he's like, yeah, it's not that different. It's a lot different. You can't lift your pen off the paper. I think it would be hard enough doing just one object. But the goal is to do 3. I think there could be more too, but I'm starting with 3 today at least. Alright, now I got really, really good at drawing the bubble. The scissors and the rock are kind of like, and I mean the rock's whatever because it kind of has like a lot of different shapes. So I'm not. It says the scissors. So let's see if I can get the scissors down right. Okay. Yeah, this will be the last attempt, and that's gonna be time for bed. Um. Yeah, I think that's just me saying, okay, it's time to go to bed. I think we will just pick up where we left off tomorrow. Um, I don't know if it's gonna be these 3. I might try. I'll have 3 other ones, and we might start with these 3 and then go to the other ones because it looks like I have obviously a lot of time when doing a single because you go through it so quickly that you can like draw it multiple times. So we'll try to keep getting better at these 3 shapes, but then I'll also have 3 others to draw after. Just to mix it up a little bit. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this stream. Please let me know if you have any advice, critiques, or anything like that that I can use to get better and improve. Also, if there's a topic or something you would like me to talk about or you'd like to talk about with me, please leave it in the comments below and we'll talk about it next time. I hope everyone has a good rest of whatever time of day they are at when they are watching this, and I will see you all next time. Bye.